You. Well, I just sent you the audio invite. Did you get it? Yeah, I'll be right back. Well, I better wait until you accept it. So I'm going in to check. Okay. Were
My
you in a
audio.
chair lounging? Were you in a chair lounging?
No, I'm doing this thing where I eat a spoonful of honey made from local pollen in an effort to help
Oh,
my allergies. And so I
hold that
figured,
thought. We're going to talk about that on the
okay,
podcast.
all right, all right, let's go sound check this thing.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, everybody, if you're tuning in or you're watching the video playback here, we're in the early seconds, just checking out the tech, make sure that it's working properly because with us, you never know. And hopefully it is, and Flower will be able to hear us. Thanks for joining us, by the way. Happy to see you here for the podcast. Super excited. I'm going to go ahead and use my phone and get over to Twitch so that way I can see if we're streaming live as well on something as mundane as my phone, which is great. And it looks like we are. Hard to say. I'll just keep talking about nonsense just to test and see if it's working. Let's see what we got here. Oh, it's definitely working. I heard some voices there, so that is awesome. We'll wait for Flower to return and we will get cracking for episode 3. Woo! You might notice we're still in the same podcast set. We got this nice monochromatic look going right now. You can count on us changing this, though, at least once a month. We're talking about what the next one's going to look like. So if you have any suggestions, feel free to put them in the comments and we'll see if we can build that. That'll be a lot of fun. Flower, are you out there? We'll see when she gets back. To be your cue to fast forward to like the first 5 minutes of the podcast. That way you don't have to hear all the sound checking nonsense that I talk about. Random. So today, fun stuff. Walked the dog in a new neighborhood. That was exciting. She hadn't been there before, so it was like a safari for her nose, a sniffari, if you will. She would be walking on the
Oh,
sidewalk.
yeah.
Oh, welcome back. You saved me from talking
I'm
about my dog like
back.
it's my kid again, so thank you.
Oh, your dog is your kid. What do you mean?
It's true. I just
Talking.
refuse to face it.
Let's see. I think we're at the top of the hour. Are we at the top of the hour? Is it time to
We're at,
begin?
we are. We just hit 1 o'clock. Let's do it.
Well, hello, everyone. This is Flower Child,
Hey,
and
everybody. I'm Stretcho2. You know me. Welcome, welcome to episode 3 of Petals and Leather.
woohoo!
Yeah, exciting stuff, right? Can you believe we're already at episode 3?
Yeah, totally exciting. Let me grab my Twitch up here and take a peeky of what's going on. And
Excellent.
oh, I'm still on Flower Child, so I'm gonna have to be um just a second. I gotta type in Petals and Leather. I'll
Please
get
hold
there.
everybody while we get the
Oh, there we
technology
are.
moving.
There we
You
are. We
found
got
us
one
already.
viewer.
Yeah, it's
It's
me on my
me.
phone, or it's
It's
you, or it's miscounting because we're both viewing on our phone.
well, all right. It doesn't matter. Let's see. What is today's date? We're
It's
the
June
18th?
19th. 19th today, Thursday, June
19.
19th. Yeah.
Well, we're close enough to be able to say happy solstice to everybody. Summer solstice is here.
Yes, and we don't
And
mean the ESO expansion. We mean the real
no,
solstice, right?
we mean the real deal, the big
Yeah, when
deal.
is it? When
Yeah.
is the real solstice? When's that going down?
Well, it depends on where you are in the world, but
Okay.
hits between the 20th and the 21st. Our solstice is the 21st, I believe.
Oh wow. So we are
Saturday.
right on it. We're right
We
on
are
top of it.
on it.
So now
It is happening.
are you doing anything to celebrate in particular?
Me?
Yeah.
I
What do you
am.
got figured?
I am.
What are you
I
doing? Right.
I am doing a solstice art celebration. So
Oh
I put out a
wow.
call to Instagram and my website and my Facebook and my email lists, inviting interested parties to come and celebrate solstice with me in a live Zoom. And they have to go to the website and register, basically sign up for my
Okay.
newsletter before 12 noon on Friday, because
Okay.
Friday afternoon I will send out to the private subscription list the Zoom the
Gotcha.
Zoom
And
credentials.
what do you? How
Yeah.
does one celebrate the solstice? What do you do?
Well, it's this. Okay, so
And it
it's
doesn't have to be like what
summertime.
you're doing on Saturday, like what, like in general. Like if I'm at home, like I'm
No, I get
feeling the
it.
spirit. What do I do?
It's the fullness of life. I mean, it truly is. At the sun is in the zenith in the sky, right? It's pie in the sky. We talked about this a little
That's right. Pie in
yesterday.
the sky.
Pie in the sky. I want a piece of pie, please. And
If we start talking
it
pies,
is.
I'm gonna be in trouble. I've not had lunch yet, and a pie sounds delicious.
Well, pie sounds really good, and right now I'm on a liquid diet during the
Oh,
day, so
what a
pie
bummer.
sounds right. Well, it's
Gotta,
not.
gotta
It's
blend up
not.
like a piece of apple pie. Sorry to derail. So back to solstice. How do we celebrate?
Well, okay, so solstice is there's like this concept of the longest day of the year because it is. It's the longest day of the year. And so the full sunlight has impregnated Earth
Hello.
again.
Okay.
And yeah, it's very sexual,
Heyo.
actually. It's very
Hey,
sexual.
hey, on the
It's
sunlight. How
known
you
as the
doing?
consummation of its fertility. It's full on fertility,
Up.
too. I
Yeah.
mean, if you look at nature, all of the animal kingdom that's in the wild, they've given birth or they're in process of giving birth to their annual litters or whatever they packs or whatever they call them, eggs or whatever. And all the flowers are in bloom now. Tree leaves are back and vibrant. There's no ice on the ground. Well, in most climates in the northern hemisphere, everyone in the northern hemisphere.
Right.
And we're in the sunshine, we're in the summertime, and so life is in full bloom. And we are we're at our height. This is the season also of health when you think about it, because summer is the recovery of winter time and illnesses, and so it's really important, an important time for maintaining health and optimization of eating. And we were starting to talk about this
Right. I like
wholesome
how we have our
and
conversations before
good
the podcast.
foods.
We're like, damn it, we should save this
Yeah,
for the
I
podcast.
know. So that's a segue into this local honey
Yeah.
that you're eating, which is a perfect summer solstice thing to be doing
Is
because
it?
it's local. It's local.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'm
You
doing
know,
it for allergies. I have terrible allergies, and they give me vertigo
health.
when they're bad. They give me vertigo. I get all spinny and dizzy, and it sucks. And so, of course, I'm doing the usual, allergy meds, nasal, all the stuff. But I had read it online about, eating some local allergens and pollen in honey in particular, and thought I'd give it a shot because number one, it's a chance for me to get a spoonful of honey in my day. Who doesn't want
A
some kind of a
spoonful of
sweet treat, right?
sugar
Yeah.
helps the medicine go
It tastes
down.
delicious, and I can trick myself into thinking it's very healthy, which is great.
You're so funny. And I just want to acknowledge the 70 viewers we have tuning in
Wow,
already. You guys rock,
already.
you
Hey,
rock, you
everybody.
rock.
Welcome. Thanks for coming in
And
today.
yeah, thank you
Yeah.
for coming in. And we've got some
Are the
messages
comments working?
posting.
The comments are up,
They are
everybody.
working.
Flower Child
They're
slaved
up.
away this week. She worked very hard on those options, and I had to sit there and listen to her do it. And she got all of them checked, and hopefully it works better now. Cross your
It's
fingers.
working much
What does
better.
the chat say? I
And
can't see it yet. I gotta get my phone up.
okay, well, first of all, this I'm assuming is directed at you. It just says your voice brings so much depth and emotion to every project.
Well, are you my chat GPT talking to me right now? That's super sweet. Thank you.
Mr. Asno says, I'm hungry. Well, go eat, but
I'm
don't leave
hungry
the
too.
podcast until after we're over with. And let's see, eating weed. Oh, that's interesting. Says that we should have a nice day. Well, we
Uh,
hope you're having it. Oh, and Maya says, Flower Child's words have a way of touching the soul. And I'm
oh,
crying. It's that nice. Wham.
that's sweet.
Oh, wham.
I didn't know we had such a friendly audience since
Wham.
the chat has been disabled. I didn't know who we had out there. You guys sound awesome. Thanks for being so positive.
Yeah, you guys are
That's
nice.
awesome.
Oh, someone just said something interesting. Frankie, I'd like to see a show based on that stream. Oh, that's kind of sweet. we do have a show based on this stream, actually. Well, actually, we don't. Well, we do.
Oh my gosh.
Go.
Yeah, we have a role
What
play
do we?
stream. So we do a live
We
role
have a
play
role play
stream every
stream.
week where we play these characters that you see here in the podcast. And we put on crazy accents and we go do quests and talk mad shit to the NPCs.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
speaking, speaking of, I received a love letter in my email.
Oh, did you write it?
No,
Oh,
I
who's it
didn't
from?
write it.
Who's it from?
Well, from Nelvani. Nelvani. Do you know a Nelvani?
Mm-mm.
Let me read this. I brought it today especially, so this is a shout out to Nelvani. Um, Dear Flower Child 567, I hope this letter reaches you before the guar eat it. I bribed a courier squirrel with an apple slice. I was standing behind that broken wagon near the river bend, not hiding, mind you, just observing lichens, when I saw you. The mud crab never
Ooh.
stood a chance. The way you whirled, spell light dancing through your hair like a rebellious flame
Oh
astronaut, you
my gosh.
stomped it twice. It made a noise. I made a noise. Something awakened in me. I've lived many
Oh.
quiet seasons here in Deshaun and have recently traveled to Solstice Isle. My greatest excitement was once a spoiled batch of nest jelly, but now I can't sleep. I hear your footsteps in my dream. I tried to recreate your stance in my alchemy hut and pulled something in
Creeper.
my lower back. Worth it.
Ah.
And if you ever find yourself near the salt reeds, again come by. I'll brew you something delightful, not poisonous, probably.
Ah.
With reckless admiration, Nelvani of the Salt Reeds, collector of mushrooms,
Wow.
quiet swooner, aspiring crab slayer.
Ah, well done, Navalny. That's hilarious.
Thank
That is super
you. That
creative.
was
Oh my
so
gosh, that's so
funny.
cute. Do you think they saw
So
you like out
funny.
in the world or like out there like moving runestones and what have you?
Well, they might have saw us yesterday. That's the only time I've been to
Oh
Solstice.
yeah. Okay. Oh, so this was just written
Yeah.
yesterday. So this came in between yesterday and
This came
today.
in last night. Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Came
congratulations
in
on your
last night.
admirer.
So, yeah, I thought that was kind of
I
funny.
think that's adorable. And wow, what a writer.
What a writer.
Right? Very descriptive, very visual in the writing.
V- Very nice job,
Yeah.
Nelvani. But I gotta tell you, dude, or I guess it's a dude. I'm assuming it's an Argonian,
I
right?
raise
Because
the spine
yeah.
of attraction. Yeah.
Well, the truth is, I probably won't ever come to your alchemy hut. So get over it.
I'm imagining just like a murder board with your characters' pictures all over it,
I
you know?
know.
It's so funny. Oh,
Oh, I
it's
know that'd be
great.
kind of sad, and
I'm really impressed
no,
with the
well,
writing though, and that kind of dovetails into a comment I was going to tell you when we were offline. I love what you wrote on our Instagram when you posted your chat GPT prompts. You're such a good writer. I write stuff like, hey everyone, here's the prompt. It was fun. Yeah. Meanwhile, you've got this nice descriptive thing. I'm like, you're so much more engaging of a writer. It's so funny. So
you're
good job.
funny.
Great job on that. I want to give you
Hey,
compliments on that.
and speaking of our Instagram, how did you like that I put in the prompt to my chat GPT and it did something for you, not
I
for
know, I
me.
couldn't quite figure that out.
I'm like, what the hell? Hello? That's why I said, but what about me? I'm the
It's
one
so
writing
funny.
this. He's not here.
You
But
can't trust those chatbots. I tell you what. That actually dovetails into a funny article that I brought today. So there was a
yeah.
headline yesterday. I don't know if you saw this or if anybody out there saw it. Feel free to mention it in chat. Here's the headline: Therapy chatbot tells recovering addict to have a little meth as a treat.
What?
And then it quoted the chatbot saying, Pedro, it's absolutely clear you need a small hit of meth to get through this week. So goes to show you. So now Of course, everybody, this is on Reddit, so everybody posted in the thread, like, oh my God, chatbots are evil, the worst thing ever, blah, blah. Turns out this has actually happened in a study setting. It wasn't ChatGPT, it was a different LLM chatbot, but they had set up scenarios where Pedro 1 was very agreeable and used the chatbots. It was like a character study, and it would say like it overindulged in the chatbot and overbelieved it and had no self-control and was always trying to angle things towards doing more. And then Pedro B was like non-agreeable and wanted to stay clean and wanted help with that. Long story short, it was a simulated scenario, but it kind of goes to show that people can kind of get out of it what you're looking to get out of it. So to be kind of careful with that. I thought it was interesting
Ooh,
because that headline is a showstopper, right? It recommends you to take. I was like, whoa, that's crazy,
that's kind of scary.
right? It makes you wonder. So anyway, I kind of thought of that because you were just saying you asked your chat GPT to draw you a picture and it put me in it.
It puts you in it. And it was all about you meeting Beethoven.
Yes, which is
So,
funny because now
thanks,
Beethoven's
damn goodbye.
deaf, right? I'm like, hi, Beethoven. He couldn't hear me.
He couldn't hear you. It is
It's
funny.
so funny. I don't even listen to
Well,
classical music.
so damn goodbye just wrote Flower Child's unique perspective shines through in her art and writing, their art and writing.
Ah, that's
That's
true.
sweet.
That's
Then
absolutely true.
yeah, that's nice. Thank you for that. But I'll tell you what,
Hmm.
I think was it you that was telling me that a Monday a week ago there was a dysfunctional process happening with Chat
Yeah, it went
GPT.
offline for about 6 hours and people were forced to use their actual brains.
Oh my God,
That was the
could you
headline. That was the headline. I didn't make
that
that up.
forced to use their actual
Forced to use
brains?
their brain.
Oh
ChatGPT. It was
my
like it was one
God.
of those satire websites like The Onion, but it wasn't The Onion. It was something else. But it was pretty funny. I had a good chuckle about that.
That's pretty hey, have you ever heard of Substack? Substack.
Vaguely, it sounds familiar, but I don't know why. Is it like a
Oh,
forum,
it's
like a user group?
well, yeah, it's kind of like a Reddit. It's kind of like a new networking, social networking. You know how like Blue Flame or whatever it was came up out of
Like
the,
Blue
you
Sky?
know, Blue Sky. Yes, thank you. Came up out of all these new kind of, I feel liberal, which I'm liberal minded forums have popped up to get away from Facebook and X, which
Gotcha.
was Twitter, to get away from certain temperaments and attitudes and perspectives from a sector of society. And so it's more freedom oriented as far as you can have a differing viewpoint and you're not an enemy from within. But you know what I mean? So the thing about that is there's all kinds of interesting dialogues happening out there. And sometimes I wonder if people actually like are reading it and take what somebody posts and puts it into their chat GPT with can you write a response for me?
Oh, it's
And
worse
then
than that. There's
pop,
way more than
is it
that. Oh, absolutely. So
really?
people do that for sure. People are doing that with regular emails, just like I'm going to send an email to my boss or my buddy or whatever, have ChatGPT write it because ChatGPT writes better than most of us, I think. You obviously not included. Um, but yeah,
Well,
so
you
then people are doing programs where they'll create a little AI chatbot to go to these forums and post things as if it has an opinion, just like how you can type at your ChatGPT and it chats to you. These can go onto
yeah.
the message boards and chat, make replies and messages of their own and reply to you. And they program them to do different things to push different agendas. It's absolutely a thing.
Wait. Like you or I would might have like a chat bot that we dump or hook up
Well,
into a forum.
not your eye, because I don't think we're technical enough for it. But people do,
Okay.
like regular people do. I don't say regular people, but like people do. Absolutely, they can program. There's a lot of bots. There's a theory out there you can look it up called the dead internet theory. Have you heard of that?
No.
It
Oh yeah,
basically,
that the internet actually died
like over
like
time, it becomes like fewer and
4 years
fewer real
ago, 5 years
users.
ago.
And it's more like over time, user engagement declines, like real people stop typing as much and interacting as much, and it becomes more and more bots and automated messages over time. They're estimating, I think it's like 50-50 right now. Is the last thing I read, I
Wow.
think. That could be totally full of it, but that's what I think I remember. Isn't it funny how you
Well,
can get
so
information randomly that you don't know if you'll ever need, and then you pull it up and you're like, I think that was right.
think that was right. Well, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hmm. Because, I went off Facebook. I'm not on. I have a connected with my website for my art that my blog automatically posts to it, right? When I
Okay,
send out a
sure.
blog,
Yeah.
it's like a link. But my personal Facebook, I don't use anymore. I said a goodbye to everybody like in January 1st of this year.
Gotcha.
And 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 X I shut down. May I just was done with the whole, and I stopped posting to Instagram until we opened up Petals and
Yeah, it's funny is
Leather.
that I'm the same. I don't post on any, I mean, I have personal accounts, but I usually just post my creative projects there. What book I'm working
Yeah.
on, what I just voiced lately, this is a commercial thing, whatever it is, And maybe I'll like, if I don't usually scroll to like see what my friends are putting on or anything, I expect I'll hear about it if it's something that's actually
Well,
happening,
are
you know?
people really putting personal things on it, or has it all become commercials? That's been my
Mm,
question, not quandary. It's not a quandary, but that's part of my question that I have. Has social media just become a forum for
for
propaganda,
advertising, it
for
feels like it for
advertising?
advertising. It feels
Yeah,
that way. I feel like I don't. It doesn't
yeah.
seem like it did. God, now I sound like an old person. Ah, Facebook and things were better about 15 years ago. Anybody seen my pills? Like I feel like such an old man
Where's
yelling at the
my
sky, "Stay off my lawn!" But yeah, it
Stay off
feels
my
like
lawn.
it really feels though like way
Where are my
back.
glasses? On your
Exactly.
head, you idiot.
Hey,
I know.
can't get the internet because it's raining out. The cloud has interfered with the rain. Um, but to me, it feels like 10 or 15 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, that the information on there was mostly just friends and family putting like their vacation and some guy ate a burrito and that kind of stuff. And then now it's everybody's got a side hustle and something, an angle, and a thing to post, and I don't know. So I don't find it as valuable anymore.
Oh, well, thank you, Nastuka. Have a good stream. That was nice. Um, yeah, I have to say that um, I think one of the positives about the new generation, because I'm so I unfortunately am removed from the new generation because it's just I'm not that age group anymore, right? And
Hmm.
I'm experiencing, I think, maybe for the second time in my life, because the generation before that one, I also had the same problem with. There's a generation gap happening, and, and
I see a
uh,
pattern.
there's a pattern. And you know what the funny thing is about generation gaps? Because let me tell you, whatever the
Mm,
current generation is, you're going to have this too when you get older, when you become middle aged. And that's this. Every new generation thinks that they are the only ones who know how to communicate and say things. So I started to witness, okay, millennials, I love you. Millennials, I embrace you. You're the first generation I started to notice a little bit of a gap with, because they were saying things that, because I've always been in woman empowerment, woman spirituality, I
okay.
mean, we were the
Yeah.
sisters. We marched, we went for equality, we wanted the same pay as men, and
How dare you?
how dare I? Oh my God, get pregnant, take
Right?
off your
What the
shoes, and
heck?
get in the damn kitchen. Um, but the truth is so you walk a line, you walk
Hmm.
an avenue in life, and then all of a sudden a new generation comes along and they suddenly say, you can't use that term anymore, it's this, that's more appropriate. And it's like,
Mm.
my response started to literally become, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Typical old
I
person boomer. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm teasing you.
I know. I felt like I had it tattooed across my forehead. A millennial would pop up. I'd have millennials come into my Facebook and tell me that I was a privileged white woman, and I was like, "What the hell is
Oh
wrong with you?
wow.
I have, you don't know me, But so I love millennials. I love you.
it comes.
I love you so much.
Brace yourself.
But fuck you. No, I'm only teasing.
Hashtag brace yourself, millennials. Anytime somebody goes, no, I really love apples. I love bananas. Oh, I can't stand fruit. It's always like that. It's so
It
funny.
makes me have diarrhea. No, I'm only
Hashtag
teasing.
hold fast.
No, I always believed, like I'm a colorblind person. I truly am. I really, and I know that that's like, oh, if you say that, then you're really a racist kind of thing. Oh God, my controller just died
Well, you
again.
got to make sure
So
you wiggle that thing every now and then.
I know I've been not doing the job here.
Hashtag Team
Um,
Xbox.
but I'm I don't even want to go into my life because you just don't want to hear it. But
Well, so there is
I
something in
have a
your life I want to ask you. It kind of dovetails into it. What are
what?
you working on now? Besides the solstice coming up on Saturday, what other art projects are you working on creatively? Because I think it'd be fun to talk about for everybody what we're working on. Because I think that's kind of what we bring. We have a weird perspective, right? Because you're a published author and
We
I'm
do
a
have a
narrator.
weird
Like, who does this?
perspective.
Who does this? And how fun that we can hang out together. We have this game in common. So what are you working on? What are you spending your time creating right now?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm working on right now. I'm actually working on uh, um, sloshing
Is
paint
oh,
onto a substrate. What I mean by that is and I'm working with white and black. And then, of course, they mix and they become different shades of gray, right?
of course.
And so what I'm doing is single line paintings. So
What does
I
that
start
mean?
off. That means I have my paint prepared, and then I dip a big fat brush like a mega brush,
Mega
a mega,
brush.
not a skinny little tiny
I love that
delicate
there's a Mega Brush.
petite. There is,
This
yeah,
painting brought
and
to you
I
by Mega Brush, the
mega
biggest
brush.
brush for the best art. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
That's right. Let's slosh it. And what I do is I dip it. I soak it in water first, which is a no-no for acrylic paints. You don't soak your brushes in water, but I soak my I
Does that
before I
dilute the paint?
begin.
Like, why not?
Well, because it's not watercolors, it's acrylic. You don't need
So it just
water
dilutes
for
it.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, it dilutes it. It makes it, But and then and I'm working with liquid paint, and I love golden, so that's the brand I'm working with. I'm giving you all my little secrets out there in case anybody wants to go out and get all this. And I put my drops into a little container, and then I add like 3 times the amount of water. I'm diluting it. Then I take my big mega brush that's like a saturated, and I dip it in and I get it all good and lathered up with the paint. And then I decide where I'm starting and I put that brush down and I'm doing self-portraits. So I've got my
Whoa.
little portrait mirror there, and I start in one place and I completely kind of like paint sketch myself with one
Wow.
without moving the brush off the substrate. So it's really and so, drips, I get all these interesting drips, and sometimes my eyes are like black holes, black marks. And then I go in and maybe I'll get a medium-sized brush with white on it, and I'll go in and I'll dab around my eyes and I'll color half my face white, and then I'll come in with the gray and put gray in my hair
Wow.
and to find my eyes and my face structure. And it's really, really a fun and interesting way of. So I've done 6 now. Six. I've got 6 done. Oh,
Wow.
thank
Six
you,
self-portraits or six or different
Callie.
topics? Oh, what you got?
Self-portraits. Callie wrote, Flower Child's creativity is a beacon of light in a dark world.
Oh, that's
You're
sweet. Thank you. What a
sweet.
great
Oh,
audience we have. You guys are the best.
wait. DZ said, I'm going to go walk with my dog, but Stretch Your Voice has a magnetic quality that draws listeners in. That's
Oh,
really
thank
sweet.
you. And enjoy the dog walk. One of my favorite things.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, And Saxon wants to know what's next week's topic. Well, next week doesn't exist. Right now is all that exists, and our topic right now is about what I'm creating.
Yeah, we don't plan that far in advance, is what we're trying to say.
So,
We
do
have
you
some
want to know
loose
what it?
ideas of what we're going to discuss, and then we get here and just see what happens, which is the real excitement.
but but Saxon 1993, you darling little millennial, you, because that's
Uh-oh.
what I
Here,
assume.
hashtag brace yourself.
Thank you for asking.
Oh, good. Okay, there we nice, nice. The hand goes to slap and gives a flower. I like it. It's nice.
Well, I'm not slapping anyone.
So back to it. So you have 6 of these single line pieces done already. How long have you been like
Yeah.
working on it? How long has this been going on?
I'm on my second full week of
Wow,
working
that
on it.
many just in 2 weeks? That seems incredible to me.
Well, think about it. It's not like a detailed landscape painting.
I
I'm
guess.
just sloshing,
I
sloshing.
love that term, sloshing the paint up on the canvas. Like, whoosh. Now, I've done that when you go to one of these places where you bring your own wine and cheese and they show you like a picture of a lighthouse and everybody kind of
Oh,
paints
paint
that.
by
Yeah,
numbers.
like one
Yeah,
of those things. Yeah, I've
totally
done
too.
that before. And let me tell you,
I
when I,
love it.
when I paint like that, it's terrible. My artwork is horrendous. I look like a third grader with a glass of wine in his hand.
But
It's
that's
so
the fun
fun.
of
It is
it.
really fun. I enjoy the process, but man, I don't know how you don't get the paint everywhere. I'm a person, I don't like things like getting on me, like dirt or sand or oil or paint. How do you not get it all over yourself and like all over the floor? Like, it's so messy.
Well, under my easel, I have what's called a painter's tarp on the ground to catch anything I drip because I love being messy, and I have a painter's smock, an apron that I put on. It's my ritual garb. So
Oh, that's
before I
cool.
even paint, I put that on because I have two types of clothing, one that has paint all over it, and the others that will eventually have paint all over
That's a good way to look at it. That keeps things calm. It's neat though that you have this. Does it kind of put you in the mood? Like I find that different types of clothing or different quote like props can help my mindset really narrow in on what I'm trying to do. Does that work for you?
Well, I'm not a still life painter. Is that what you're talking about? Or do you
No, I
mean
just mean
like
like how when you put on a
sacred
smock or a
objects around me?
uniform or a hat, it changes your mood and
Yeah.
your energy a little bit. And I mean, do
Yeah.
you find like you put on the smock and that puts you in that kind of creative space, that
Yeah,
flow
it
space?
creates ritual, right? It
Yeah.
it takes it it does it says to your mind. We were talking about communicating to the mind earlier. It says to your mind, get ready. We're going into something pretty expressive. And that's how I feel when I'm putting on my smock.
I
I put
love
my
that.
hair up or back to get it out of my face because I get paint in my hair really easily because I paint with my hands too. So I use
Oh, wow.
brushes, but sometimes I have to get in there with my fingers. And it just helps me set apart mundane or just my regular day from my art time. And the other thing, because I have a studio, right?
Yeah.
So my art space is already always set up, and I usually have about 4 different projects going at the same time in different
Wow. That's
workstations.
amazing. That's cool.
Yeah, it's just the way it's become over the years. It wasn't like that in the beginning, right? It was
Right,
a
of
crate
course.
filled with art supplies and a lawn chair out on the lawn. But
Right. I love how these amazing hobbies and the creative thing just takes over or gets its own kind of
they
its own
take
life of its own, right?
over.
Like for sure.
Like your recording studio
Yep,
in
that
your own
started like with
house.
a
I
headphone
mean,
microphone. Yep, it worked its way to my closet and then to the car and then to
yeah.
now an office studio.
Wait, wait. You used to record in the car?
Yeah, believe it or not, your car is a very acoustically neutral place because they design the car, everything is noisy in the car, right? The engine, the traffic, the things outside. And so the glass and all the padding and stuff is designed to insulate you from outdoor noise. And so you don't get a lot of noise coming from the outside in a car. And also acoustically, there's usually not a big echo, which is the big problem when you're recording is getting like if you're in a closet or some kind of a square room, you'll get little tiny echoes that are difficult for you to hear when you're speaking, but that you'll see in your recording. And so, yeah, car's a really good place to record if you're desperate, and I was.
And you were. I
I
love that.
was.
And I was. I was.
Yep. But yeah, it's
Oh,
amazing how it kind of takes over, right? It's a life of its own.
it's your art. Well, it's your life.
Hmm.
Because I'm a firm believer that artists become life, your life. Your art becomes your life. You become it. There's no differentiation. Rasta, I just became your number one fan now. Look, we got a
Ah,
fan.
thank
We
you,
got a number
Rasta.
one
That's super
fan.
sweet.
Thank you.
Do you know how I
Thank
could show us to be
you.
a fan is to hit follow. Please follow us, everybody. We're trying to get our
Follow.
numbers up so then we can become
Oh
an
yeah.
affiliate. What's the thing we get? Don't we have to get to
Well, we're
50?
at
No, we have
wait,
50.
we are
Wow, you guys
an
are amazing.
affiliate.
Woo!
We are. We got to 50. You guys rock. No, our next level is if we want to become a partner.
10,000. I'm just kidding. What is it?
N-
Please say
No,
like
partner.
100. Something we could
Is
do.
it a
I
hundred?
don't know.
You know what? I haven't looked at the
Okay, we're not
credentials
even
of,
going to look.
on
Never
that
mind.
one.
Just if you like
Yeah,
us, please hit follow. We would appreciate it. It makes our whole day.
we we love followers.
Yeah.
And if you really, really, really
Hashtag
are
rate
our
yourself.
number one fan, you'll subscribe to our channel
Ooh, yeah. I
because
forgot
you
there's a
can
difference
subscribe
between that.
now.
What's the difference
Although
between
I don't,
following and subscribing?
well, subscribe means they donate a little bit of money to us and we
Oh,
give them special privileges,
whoa. Okay, we're gonna have to
which
work out what
we
that's gonna
haven't
be.
talked about that yet. That's an FYI. We need to have a meeting about being an affiliate because we just made affiliate last week,
Woohoo!
you guys.
Okay, have
So
your people
this
call
is
my
all.
people and set up a lunch, and they could talk about it, and then we'll sign the contracts after.
Oh my God! Wait,
Can you
where's?
even imagine? That's so ridiculous. Yeah, we can talk about it after. Let's have offline. That's fun.
Yeah, there's so many things we have to. When the next stream will be? Uh, the next stream will be next week.
Next week. So we'll do the role play stream on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific, and we do the podcast on Thursdays at 1 p.m. Pacific. So we're
Yeah,
like your midweek people. We're like, hey, let's hang out in the hump part of the week.
we are midweek.
Yeah, does that
We're
make us
we're
mid? We're mid. We're
we're the
totally mid. That's not
no,
great.
we're the humpers.
Oh, with the humpers, that's better.
We're the
Welcome, everybody, to Petals and Leather After Dark. Today we'll be talking
after
about
dark.
humpers. No, that's funny.
And then Thursdays is kind of like easing on into the weekend,
There
man.
you go. There you go. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Do you have any big fun plans for the weekend?
hmm
Do you? What are you doing?
I'm doing my summer
Oh, of
solstice
course.
art
On Saturday.
celebration on Saturday.
Like, how do
Hey,
you
you
do right
guys,
after that?
if you search me out and find my website or
Ooh,
even my
treasure
Instagram,
hunt.
you know, you too could even come on over and sign up and you would receive the invitation to come into the Zoom. But you need to be an artist because I move quick in my Zoom.
Ooh, okay. So
You can
now,
come in.
can I? That might be
Yeah.
fun. We'll see who's cooking on Saturday. That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Become
Now, I'm not a
expressive.
painter
Of
or
course.
anything, though. Like, I don't paint, I don't write. All I do is crazy voices.
Well, you could do a crazy voice. You could story tell us while
Oh,
we.
no. They're like, who's this guy? I signed up for her. Who the hell is this?
Who's this? Well, this right here is Mike, aka Stretch, aka Leather, aka Skullhead, aka. Oh, sorry.
Well, I have so many great names.
You have so many great
And none of them are
names.
curse words.
Romeo. I mentioned somebody. I mentioned your name to somebody. Okay, I'm taking us into the ESO
All right, so
game.
back to the ESO game. Yeah, yeah. So we're talking
Uh-huh.
about
I
Romeo,
mentioned
my character, my cat character,
yes.
Romeo.
Romeo, yes. I mentioned something to somebody. I said, "Oh, do you know who's?" Because we were talking about housing and the ESO housing contest.
Oh,
That
sure.
just yeah. And I said something about, "Oh, do you know who Stretch 002 is?" Oh, wait. The person said, "You mean Romeo?" And I said, "Yeah, that's the
Oh
one."
my
So
gosh.
yeah, they
Who
know
was that? Somebody
you.
that knows me? That's amazing. That's fun.
Well, somebody that knows you, duh. I don't know how well they know you,
Fair, fair.
but
So,
they know your name.
so speaking of Solstice, which came out yesterday, everybody, if you didn't know, the expansion, the ESO came
Ah,
out yesterday, and we had our first adventures there. So if you haven't caught that, Go for it. But I was going
Go
to ask you,
watch our
Flower,
stream.
what are you most excited
What?
about with this expansion? Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
New fun times with you. Questing. Yeah.
Hashtag, okay. Why am I
Okay.
hashtagging today? It's a millennial in
I
me.
don't know.
I
What
don't
the
know.
hell
I
is
don't know
up
what
with
that
you?
is. It
All
just like
this, okay,
suddenly
what
happened.
is this hashtag business? Really?
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know. I
I
think
hate
you hate it.
I hate using hashtags.
Do you not use it in any of your posts or anything anywhere? Not a thing for
I
you?
do not. I do not. I figure if people want to, I mean, because it's like an boo. Oh, hi, Bones.
Hey,
Bones just
Bones.
booed.
Bones
Do
gave
you,
us the boo on
are
the hashtag, I'm assuming.
are are you the do you use hashtags?
Hashtag boo.
No,
No, I'm just kidding.
hashtag boo. Well, okay, so I think the whole purpose of the hashtag is that then you go to Google and you type in hashtag and
Right,
that and
it's
it
an
brings up
indexing feature.
every
That's what it's really
okay.
for, yeah.
But my feeling is
No
this:
one
you're
uses
gonna
it
get
like that.
so many stupid points.
Absolutely. It's
You're
completely
not gonna.
useless.
It's overwhelming, and it's like if you want a specific thing, it's like that to me was invented by and please forgive me if any listener
You're going to
has
say a
this,
millennial, aren't
an
you?
ADHD
Oh, okay.
person.
That was better than I thought.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say
thought you were going
no.
to pin it all on millennials because it seems like that's what everybody does.
I love millennials.
But yeah, I
I
think
do
it's a way
love
to
millennials.
like just add flavor text, like in the way that you would use italics in a sentence.
I don't use italics that
Let's
much
just
anymore.
pretend that you're being cheesy.
Okay, wait, I do use italics. I'll stress a word
Oh, okay, there you go. See, that's kind of what I think it's for. Just kind of stress a concept or
like
something and add a little flavor.
that or this or bones or, something like that.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the
Anyway,
new furnishings that we get. I can't wait. I'm sure some people in the housing
well,
tourism are
that
going to talk
too.
about that. I want to see what they look like. I never peek in advance,
Have
though.
you
Do you go look in advance? I just wait for it and see and get surprised.
No, what's the fun of, okay, were you the type of kid who's ripped open Christmas packages before Christmas Day and then taped them up so nobody knew that you had snuck a peek? Or did you know where Santa held them in your parents'
I
bedroom
would have got
before
my
they were?
ass kicked so badly for any of that kind of
Well, I
behavior.
just
So
never
no,
did that.
no.
I
I love
love
surprises. I don't.
I love
Yeah,
surprises. Me
surprises are fun, right?
too.
That's kind of the joy of some of these
Yeah.
things. Yeah, for sure.
That that's just like when I was pregnant, I didn't have the sex of the baby.
Oh,
Um,
right. You just
but
waited for
I just
the
waited to give
real
birth,
life reveal, the
the
gender reveal
real
of
life
birth.
reveal. Yeah, this whole gender stuff I just didn't go into. I just allowed whatever it needed to be to come through. And I'll tell you what, the whole family was saying, "You're going to have a girl. We're inundated with boys. You're going to be the one to have a girl. You're going to be
I
our
like how it's like
female
a gambling thing. Like
savior."
we're due for a girl.
Yeah.
It's got to play red eventually.
eh,
Look at the roulette
Yeah.
wheel. It's either red or black. It's
Yeah.
just been all one
Yeah.
color. Let's go,
eh,
baby.
eh.
That's crazy,
Yeah, it's exhausting. And I would always say, well, I got a 50-50 chance of
right? That
having
seems
a girl,
accurate.
right?
That seems more realistic.
But the truth is, uh, I listened. Louise Hayes, that's the one. The Louise Hayes is the author of and the grandmother of all the metaphysical listen to your body,
Oh, okay, from that. Yeah,
So when I was pregnant, I went to a Lorena McKinnon concert. You probably don't know who that is.
I
She's kind of a
don't.
niche, she's a witchy person
Okay,
and very spiritual and very Celtic. And
gotcha.
yeah, and I went to one of her little intimate life concerts and I was sitting in the row listening to her and the room was dark and she just had candles lit all over the stage. It
Ooh,
was a beautiful environment. And I was rubbing my belly and just
yeah,
feeling my baby inside.
yeah.
And the due date was, it would have, my baby would have been a Pisces, okay?
Okay.
But but I was like, oh, Pisces, okay,
You're
that's an
disappointed in
okay
the
sign.
horoscope sign. You're like,
I
oh, stupid
was.
Pisces. I don't want a stupid fish
Pisces,
as a baby.
okay. You wishy-washy little thing, that's
It's
what you
so
feel like in
funny.
my womb or my belly. Wishy-washy, turning elbow here, knee there, foot, handprint. Okay. Very active in utero. And all of a
Yeah.
sudden, I kid you not, out of my belly came this red Aries symbol and it hovered just in front of my face, like it came out of my belly. I see things. And it hovered right there. And I went,
Wow.
I'm going to have a little Aries. And as soon as I thought that, I got pummeled from inside and I went, oh my God, it's a boy. I'm having a little Aries
Wow.
boy.
And did
And
that
guess
turn
what
out to
I
be
had?
true? Did you have an
Yes,
Aries boy?
I
No
had a
way.
little early Aries boy. Yes, I did. Or
Wow.
late Aries boy or whatever. But
Not a
yeah,
Pisces.
not a Pisces.
Hashtag sorry, Pisces.
Sorry,
I don't
Pisces.
know why I hashtag that
Maybe I'm
again.
even wrong. Maybe I'm even wrong with that. Sometimes I get wrong with my astrology, but yeah.
Wow.
But I remember Pisces. I didn't want a Pisces, and I was okay with Aries. Yeah, I was okay with. I totally,
What's the difference
totally
between
was
a
okay.
Pisces and an Aries personality-wise in your experience?
Oh,
Asking the
well,
loaded questions over here. Here we go. All the Pisces, be ready to be offended.
well, Pisces are the most psychic of of the
Oh, are
zodiac,
they?
right?
Okay.
Yeah, they have the most deep hits, but they can also go into like kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say negative things, but they can, because every sign has positive, every sign has
Right,
negative,
of
right?
course.
Yeah, but I would say their negative is self-pity. They
Oh,
can go
okay.
into a lot of self-pity. And my constitution wants me to look at somebody who's doing the PLM, the poor little me, dance.
I've never heard
I
of that.
want to
That's
just
great.
slap him across the face, say, snap out of it. I mean, because it's like we all have bad things. But okay, but so little Aries, okay, they are just full of energy. They're the first sign of the zodiac. They're the I am
Ah,
here. I'm
right.
here. Let it begin. Life is beginning. Let's go for it. Let's charge. But they are a little self-centered. It's about them. From the standpoint of, and I love my little Aries, who's a big Aries now, but I love my Aries, and I love the drive of just a sense of once the mind is made up and they're focused on something, they own it 100%. It's theirs. And
Gotcha. That's a nice
they go
quality.
for it. Yeah, it's a real good quality, but sometimes they forget that their feelings, their opinion, what they want, what they need is not what like you or I might want or need or have, and the expectation that you are 100% going to be okay with what they need, want, and feel
Gotcha.
is,
Interesting.
I'm the Cancer. I'm the mother. I'm the mother of the zodiac.
Ooh, is that what the
And
Cancer is? The mother of the zodiac?
well, we know how to take care. We know how to love big.
Gotcha. Oh, that's
We love
sweet.
big,
Yeah,
but
oh,
we're
that's
very
nice.
insecure and very shy. And home, because we carry the home. A crab carries its home on it, right? So no matter where we are,
Oh,
it's
yeah, of
home.
course.
We
That's
make
interesting.
Yeah,
So you're
yeah.
comfortable in
Which of
lots of different environments,
Oh
situations,
yeah.
because
Oh
you kind
yeah,
of bring your
totally. And
centered self with you.
that's it. You make a home wherever you are. And see, I'm gypsy. Whole father, my patrilineage is gypsy, literal
Really? I
Romany.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Oh yeah. And so I always also understood that the world is our home. Wherever we are, that's home. And so I
Wow.
move around. I have no problem moving around. In fact, I celebrate moving around, you know,
You've got
and
that
having
nomad
different.
spirit in there, like you feel like you need to continually be on the move.
Oh
Do you live
yeah.
in the same place for very long, or do you move like a couple years and then go somewhere else, couple of years,
Well,
somewhere else? 'Cause I have a friend
right.
who's like that.
I'm more sedentary now than I ever have been. I think there was a timeline where in a 4-year period we lived in 8 different locations. That gives you an
Whoa,
idea.
so every
Yeah.
6 months for 4 years? That is intense.
Well, sometimes it was just a month and then we'd take off and go somewhere
Wow.
else. But I love going into an empty place and I love going, oh, this, this
Ah.
room is going to be like this. That's why I think I do so well, like in ESO or even in my little Minecraft, because I'm
Mhm.
constantly building environments,
That
you
makes
know.
sense. Yeah, it's so creative, right? Whether you're creating
It's
your
so
actual
creative.
home or a virtual place, that's a very creative
Yeah.
process.
Yeah. So my attachment factor to home is not as prominent as some people's.
That makes sense. Now, when you decorate, do you decorate for the look? Do you go after a certain look, or are you going after a feeling that it creates? 'Cause I find that people decorate kind of in both those ways, or they're like magazine-ish, or they're going for a feeling.
I am bohemian.
Oh, so that's your style. But are you that way because of the way it looks, or the way it makes you feel, or what it says to other people? Like, what's your drive behind the style? That's what I'm getting at.
I am
You're
bohemian.
gonna have to explain it. What does that mean?
It it means I will make a home out and with anything.
Ah, gotcha, gotcha.
So if it's not optimal, if it's not what I envision it, like because I can't go and buy Chippendale furniture or whatever,
Now, do you mean the little
uh,
squirrels, or do you mean the chipmunks, or like the actual like?
shut up.
I gotta drop this right though.
But
Have you ever seen? Oh, you have seen that Chippendale sketch, haven't you, with Patrick Swayze and Chris Farley? Did I make you watch that?
oh yeah, yeah. That is kind of funny too.
It's so funny. It
I've
cracks me up.
been to Chippendales.
Did you
I've been to a
really? No way. I
Chippendales.
have
Yes, I
never been to
have
a
up
strip
in
club. So
LA.
what was that like? What
Yes.
is that like?
Well, I went with a bunch of girls from work, right?
Oh, okay.
And it was for a bridal shower. We went for a bridal shower. So, like the movie,
Crazy ladies.
oh my God, friggin' crazy. And, a bunch of young women all going out on the town to Chippendales was pretty, yeah, it was interesting watching those dudes romp around going down into their little whatevers they go down into, their little leather G strings. Come on. So, who can wear a leather G string? I was a dancer and we wore G strings under our leotards because if you're in the
Sure.
studio all day,
Yeah,
the
of
easiest
course.
thing to change is a G
And you want any
string.
lines like in the back
You
that
want to
says
get
like, yeah,
fresh.
sure.
But oh my holy Toledo,
Wow,
those
leather G-string. Hey, check it out. I can't even imagine
and
putting that
they
on.
don't strip. They didn't take off. They didn't show their
Oh,
Johnson,
gotcha. They left the banana
their
hammocks in
junk.
place.
Their junk was always covered, which was interesting. They showed their butt. They wiggled their butt.
Oh, sure.
I think Chippendale men dancers were the first to really do that. What's it called? What's that dance where those girls bend over and do twerk? They're the first ones
They were
to.
the first
They're the ones.
twerkers. They were sex
They're the
twerkers.
twerkers. Chippendale dancers were their original twerkers because man, they could twerk.
Wow, that's crazy. I can't even imagine like what that must have looked like. It's so funny.
Well, I mean,
That's
it's a
cool.
nice butt,
Yeah, that's
nice
fun. Sure, sure,
thighs,
it's a good
a
time.
nice smile looking over the shoulder at you. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah,
and the whole object of it was to put a bill in that G-string strap,
right.
right?
Yeah, for sure. Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the tip time. Come on, tip me, babe. And it's like, "Oh, I'll tip you.
Yeah, just the tip. Thank you.
Just the tip."
And on that note, we are at 10 minutes to call time here. We got 10 minutes left in
How
this
did this get
podcast.
so risque? That's what I
I
want to
don't know. I have this
know.
whole list of topics to talk about. We didn't talk about any of it. It's so funny. I like how we just wander
Oh,
around. It's so fun. But
oh
we are
my
at 10, so I want
God.
to open it up to the chat. So everybody listening right now, if you want to ask us a question, you have a comment, now is your chance, and we will read it here on the air and give you our thoughts and responses. We'll give you a minute or two here to put something down if you are interested in it. That is such a funny
Well,
story. Flower. Love it.
The things about flower you wish you never
Right? There's a
knew.
whole side here going on that I never met. So we're gonna keep talking about this. What else in the wild?
Wood elves in the wild. Wood
That's
elves in the
fun.
wild. Sure better than wood elves in the what? I don't know, the mosh
Mm.
pit.
So we're waiting for the audience to send us a comment. You
Well,
moved so much. Where do you think your favorite place to live has been?
well,
That's a tough question,
the
I know.
most
How about one that was really
no,
enjoyable?
the most beautiful that I really loved was Santa Cruz.
Ooh, that's right.
Yeah.
You're a very beachy person, aren't you? You like the beach kind of stuff.
I am a beach goer. Yeah. So, yeah, Santa Cruz was just and that again, I lived over just across the street and up on the other side of a little park. So it was
Oh,
kind
that
of
sounds
sweet
sweet and
because
serene.
our house, a little park, and then a little street down the stairs to the beach. It was so
Ah, that
wonderful.
sounds really cozy.
It was really cozy. And look, at nobody has done anything since Bones
No chat. All
posted
right.
boo.
It could also be a topic you'd like to hear us discuss. So if you have something in particular, like I'm dying to hear what they think of something, you could put it there too. But no worries, no chat. It's all good. We can
You
wrap
guys
up.
have been awesome with your
Yeah.
chatting though
Thank you
today. We
so
really
much.
appreciate it.
Yes, and thank you, Flower, for
Yeah.
doing the work and getting that chat thing working again after last time,
Uh,
the chatbots are eating
y-
everybody for lunch. So thanks for fixing that.
well, and they're doing that a little bit, but I found out why, and I'll share that with you off the air.
Okay, that
Yes,
sounds
that's
good.
right. We have secrets, so
Doom, doom,
there.
doom. So I did not do the secret segment today, so we're gonna have to brace for that in the future. No secrets today.
Well, I just gave them a stream secret.
There
We
it was.
talk about things
It's
off
true.
the air.
We do.
So sorry. Sorry. Get over
There
it.
you go. Well, we don't have anything in chat, so I think we should go ahead and wrap up. Everybody, thank you for being here today. We
Yeah.
so appreciate you coming and viewing and spending an hour with us. It's really fun. It makes our day. And thanks for joining. If you get a free moment, please follow us or subscribe. And if you want more of us, don't forget we do our role play stream every Wednesday at 1 o'clock Pacific time on Flower Child 567. And then every Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific. We're right here for Petals and Leather. Anything to add,
Yeah, and
Flower?
I do. I just have just two things, I think. The first one is today we tried out a new category, which is just
Mhm.
chatting here on Twitch. So we'll see if we got some new viewers
We'll see if
coming
we
in
fit
and
into that
following
category or
us.
if we're just an ESO
Yeah.
gang. Right?
Yeah. But I mean, the numbers have said that we're maybe
Cool.
working there. And the other thing I wanted to say was, I wish each and every one of you a beautiful summer solstice filled with blessings of sunshine, health, and happiness. And to commemorate your conscious awareness of summer solstice this year, maybe it's the first time in your life, I don't know, but between Friday and Saturday, go get a flower. Yeah, even a weed, even a dandelion, and just take it to a nice little quiet place and hold it up to the sun and say, "For you, flower child."
I thought you were going to say something really sweet like, and thank the universe for this moment of precious, whatever. You're like, think of me, bitches.
I
You're
was
so
going there.
funny. That's the
I was
best.
going there. But why not make it about me? I am selfish sometimes,
I
I
love
say.
it. That is super great.
Thanks. Thanks so much, Stretch. As always, always such a pleasure.
Thank you too. This is super fun.
Mm.
Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll see you next week. Have a great weekend and happy summer solstice.
And oh, we just had a ton of people just come in. Are we being rated?
Oh, I don't
Are
know.
we
Do we
being
have a bunch of
rated?
viewers
Or
all of a sudden?
all of
Welcome,
a
everybody
sudden we
new.
went from like 498 to 511 viewers. So
Woo!
maybe,
Welcome,
and if
everybody.
I can't, this phone is stupid. It doesn't show me anything that's going on. So I don't know. For being rated, God, I love you.
Yep,
Or I should
thanks for
say,
coming.
Goddess, I love you. All right. Bye, you
Bye,
guys.
everybody. Thanks for the fun.
See you next week.